But if you have an animal that has avian flu, a cat with avian flu, which is highly contagious, if I'm not mistaken, you put them in isolation, correct? Or are they still in the same stack of kennels that all the other animals are in?
Let's not talk about avian flu because that is highly contagious. And
Okay.
Well, and that was a very specific instance. That's not the common thing that.
Okay.
So there are several things that we try to do. We try to treat in place. It is stressful to move animals from place to place to place. The isolation that we have is very limited, and it does not, it's not state of the art. But to the extent we can, we have an isolation room, and we isolate animals in a room that have highly contagious illnesses. But the best thing that we can do for those animals is to get them out of the shelter because they will impact the health of all the other animals. So again, going back to length of stay, it is not wise to keep an animal with a contagious illness longer until they get better. The goal would be to get that animal placed, and usually that is through one of our rescue partners.
But I assume you're going to have more isolation space in the Bronx shelter and hopefully in the Queens shelter, and that must be because that's a tool for preventing disease, right? The spread of the disease.
That's right. And so the goal of all of the capital projects, and when we talk about state-of-the-art projects, is designed with these best practices in mind.
So the Manhattan shelter, which I don't know if we've mentioned up until now, I believe there's a planned expansion into the adjacent parking area. Is that correct? Will that allow us for additional isolation space?
So the parking garage will be converted into an adoption center, and that will free up space and allow ACC to make changes within the existing facility.
And what will those changes be? Do we not know yet?
We have to look at how much space it frees up. The garage is going to become the adoption center. It's 2,500 square feet. It has a housing capacity of approximately 25 animals, 25 to 30 animals. So as I said, we get 75 animals every day. We're hoping that all the adoption candidates can be in the garage, but we will really have to look at what our population is. But yes, it will free up areas. I mean, you've seen the Manhattan shelter. We're doing adoptions. Really, we created a nook and a hallway where we have that. So it will free up that hallway. Absolutely, but the space where the animals are, we expect that it will definitely alleviate the population constraints that we have now.